Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to do part 5 of my eyeshadow collection. So again, this video is not in any way to brag or show off, it's just for entertainment purposes. If you guys like videos like these, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications. And without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to start off with this corner over here. These are pretty much all my BH Cosmetics palettes. I believe they're the 16 pan, but no, yeah, they're the 16 color shadow palette. And if I accidentally move the camera, I'm sorry, my knee's like right under it. So this is the BH 16 color shadow palette in Trendy in Tokyo, and yeah, it just looks like this. It has really cute detailing. I really like the fan and like the little kitty up here, and then like the soup or the faux. But yeah, it's just like super cute. And then you open it up and it looks like this. It's a really colorful palette. I haven't gotten the chance to try this palette out, but I really liked the color story when I first looked at it. So I actually picked this up during an Ulta, like their spring beauty event or something like that, and it was like half off, so that was pretty good. So this is the BH Cosmetics Summer and Saint Tropez palette, and when you open it up, it looks like this. Now this one is still pretty colorful, but it actually has some neutrals in here and a really nice variety of shimmers and mattes. I wish they would have just kept the shade Sizzle down here a full matte, but if you guys look at it closely, it actually does have some sparkle in it, which is unfortunate. I'm not into satin shadows, but it's still pretty cute. And then we have the BH Smitten in Switzerland palette, and this one is super cute as well. Just looks like this. I like this one because it has really smoky shades. I like this shade called Matterhorn, and Nightfall is like a really pretty black. Well, just a black shade. You can't make too many black shades, you know, but yeah. And then we have like Yodel and Lucerne, Brisk, Mount Ridgey, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but this is such a stunning color story to me, and I love the olive tones in here. It's just very pretty. And then next we have Beautiful in Barcelona. Now this one is the more neutral and also the more smokier palette. It has a lot of shimmers in here and it's a little bit more deep. We have this shade called Azul, which is straight up blue, Dulce, Picasso, Flamenco, Vacay. This really pretty shade, it's like an orangey shimmer, and this one's called Familia. So yeah, stunning palette, a lot of shimmers in here though, so if you're not a big fan of shimmers, I'm personally not, but I figured for half off and a really pretty color story, why not? But yeah, this one's really gorgeous. Then we have Hangin' in Hawaii. I love the hot pink packaging on this one, and this one is the most neutral of the bunch. You do get some slight like mauve-y, rosy tones in here, but it's pretty much all a neutral palette. A lot of mattes I appreciate, and a few shimmers. You guys already know I'm a big fan of matte eyeshadows. Next we have Love in London, and this one is super cute. I love the packaging of this one as well. This one I ordered from the BH Cosmetics website, but this one was actually half off, so this is what it looks like. It's a stunning palette. Again, it's a bit more deep of a color story, but I really do like the cool tones in here, and it's just super cute. Then we have the newer additions. We have the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast, and once I saw this one, I had to get it, and it's just stunning. I hope you guys can see the color story, but I love the packaging of it. It's all avocados, and I love avocados. And you have this shade called Paprika, Guac, Ava Toast, Ripe. Like, they're just super cute shades, really pretty greens and teals in here. So yeah, I'm really obsessed with this one. Then we have the Mimosa palette, and this packaging is so cute. I like what they did with it, and it's just a really nice poppy pink palette. super cute. I actually use this in the video that I currently just collabed with my friend Ashley. And after we had finished taking off our makeup from the challenge, we both dug into this palette. I actually used this palette for the challenge, but yeah, super cute palette. I think we both really enjoyed it and I love it. So cute. Next is one I recently just added to my collection. This is from an indie brand called Lunar Skies Cosmetics, and this is actually a collaboration with Blonde Taki. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but this palette is called Anime Dreams, and it is stunning. I really love the color story in here, and I especially love this shade. It's like a really pretty glitter. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's called Kira Kira. I love this one. I think it's so cute. I can't wait to use it on my eyes. I just really love the color story, and we're gonna go ahead and go into some more Lunar Skies palettes. Before we go into them, this is the Peachy Queen Malibu eyeshadow palette. So I actually placed an order for a lot of Peachy Queen makeup, so a video is in the works. I'm waiting on that order to ship out so I can start getting into all of their palettes, but this one was on sale recently and I just thought it was really cute. So this is what this one looks like. It's a really nice pastel, colorful palette. So I really just enjoy the shades in here. We have Surf and Sand, which is like a really pretty green shade. So stunning to me. And then we have like Aqua. We have 5 mattes and 4 shimmers, which y'all already know I'm a big fan of mattes. So this palette is super cute. And I would definitely subscribe to her newsletter so you guys are updated whenever she has sales. But you can already use a discount code on top of that. So next is the Lunar Skies Cosmetics Emerald Moon palette. Now I did a huge unboxing of this one on my Insta stories, so if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's at AriaTheGlam, but I always leave my social media handles in the description bar. So this one I thought it was super cute. Most of their palettes will come with a glitter. Just keep that in mind. Super cute color story. I wish instead of the shade Imperial they would have added a straight lime green, but I have a lot of lime greens in my collection, but I just felt like it would have tied in the palette a little bit more. Next we have Cobalt Moon, and this one is the blue palette. Again, this one has 2 glitters. The packaging got kind of messed up because there was some eyeshadow fallout on the palette when it arrived to me, which happens whenever they ship to you. Again, super pretty color story. This probably is my least favorite just because I feel like the other palettes are a little bit more pretty, but I still like having it in my collection just to have the aesthetic of an overall blue palette. This is what I was talking about in my last video, comparing it to the Makeup Revolution deep dive. Like, this is a blue palette to me, and I just like the color story a little bit better. So next we have Amethyst Moon, and when you open her up, it's a purple toned palette. Now I really like the shades in here. Again, it has a glitter, but I really like all the purple shades. You have this really pretty one called Quartz and Amethyst, and they're just really nice in your face shades. And then we have Violet, which is a really pretty purple. I just feel like you can do a lot of pretty looks and purple looks, whether you want something a little bit light or something a bit deep. And then we have Strawberry Moon. Now this one is super freaking cute. It's an all over pink palette. Again, we have a glitter over here, and it's just a really pretty palette. I like that they're all pinks, and I don't really feel like I have a lot of shades like them in my collection. I probably do, but I really like how they're all in one palette here. And then we have the Peach Moon, and this one's so pretty. I love peach shades, so this would be perfect if you're looking for just like a really nice warm tone palette, but you probably already have a lot of those. I really like supporting indie brands, and when I see a color story that I like, I jump on it, so I really like this one. Next is probably one of my favorite packaging wise. This one is called Flower Moon, and it's super pretty. A lot of yellows, but also some oranges in there, and I just really like the neon shade called Carnations. I'm sure it looks gorgeous in the inner corner, so I'm really excited to try that one out. And then we have the Nude Moon, which is one of the prettiest palettes I've seen. Again, it's just a neutral palette. But I figured, like, you know what, if I'm getting like majority of them, I might as well just get this one. So yeah, I wanted to complete my collection, even though that's a bad habit to have. So then we're moving on to some Kara Beauty palettes. This is the Purple Haze palette. I already have a video using this one, but I mainly use Girl Scout. I actually use majority of all three, but I love Kara Beauty. Super pretty color story. It does have a few glitters in here and a few shimmers, but majority of the color story is matte. Then we have the Girl Scout palette, and again, super pretty. I actually really do like the shimmers in here and the glitters, and again, all the mattes in here are stunning. And then we have Orange Pop. I hope I showed you guys the packaging, but yeah, this is again super freaking pretty. They're currently sold out. I know they're working on a restock, and I highly recommend these. They're amazing. Okay, so before we move on to these palettes over here, in my first video, you guys did see these palettes. I've currently been redoing a lot of my makeup, so I've been like reorganizing it. So you guys will see maybe some palettes or like repeats. At the end of my collection series, I'm going to show you guys what the drawer looks like, because I'm planning on getting more storage, and again, I'll have like a better setup. So I do want to keep some in these drawers, but I am going to get another drawer to store a couple more palettes that just need different storage. So yeah, you guys will see these, just like a heads up. So this is the Pat McGrath Mothership Sublime. Now, I wanted this palette for the Sephora sale, but I just felt like for the most part they were really expensive, and I'm glad I waited, because then they were discounted on the Pat McGrath website. So this is what she looks like. Super fancy packaging, and you have to be kind of careful with the sleeve. But yeah, I really love the shades in here. They're all neutral, but this is a good way for me to try out Pat McGrath's formula before fully committing to it. So that's why I picked it up. And again, it has like a really nice warm shade, a really pretty pink, just shades that I would naturally gravitate towards if I'm doing like a, you know, like a natural makeup look. So yeah, and the packaging is absolutely stunning. She killed it. So this is the Mothership, actually this is the Golden Opulence palette, my bad. And this is the Platinum Bronze. So this one again was on sale, and this is a cool tone palette. Absolutely love the packaging on this one. And again, some neutral shades. This one only has one matte, but I really liked the shimmers in here, and I've heard her shimmers are amazing. Packaging is A1, like I freaking love it. Okay, so again, these are the Kara Beauty Bailey vs. Kaylee. I'm quickly just gonna go through these super cute palettes. I try to keep all my Kara Beauty kind of together, because they're palettes that a lot of people request me to review. And yeah, this is Free Spirit Wild Heart. The last one was Daydreamer and Night Thinker, and the last one that I've done a tutorial with on my channel is Let There Be Magic, and this is what that one looks like. Alright, so next we're gonna move on to, and I could fit more palettes in here, but my drawers have like little knobs, and I don't like the end of the knob to like rub against the palettes, which is why I just keep them like this. So moving on to this corner over here, I have the Violet Voss, the Rainbow palette, and this is what this one looks like. Again, super cute. They actually came out with a smaller version of it. I don't think they have the bigger one anymore, but I really do like the shimmers in here. We have the shade called Seafoam, and then Flamingo. Like, they're just super cute, and I like them in like with the next palettes I'm going to show you. So this is the Vibes palette. These are neon pressed pigments and super cute. I freaking love this palette, and I love rainbow color stories. Y'all already know that. So that's the Vibes. And then we have the Matte Vibes, which is actually one of my favorite neutral palettes at the moment. That's what the look that I created with in my huge makeup haul, where I kind of like unboxed a lot of my makeup. I used that palette in there. Then we have these sugar crystals. These are all from Violet Voss, by the way. And I've been wanting this palette for such a long time, so when it was on sale at Sephora, and on top of that 20% off, I decided to pick it up because I've been wanting it. And then another palette that I really do love from them is the Coral Crush. This is just like an orangey pinky palette. I actually have a video getting ready with it, so I really enjoy it, and the formula is bomb. The shimmers apply beautifully. And then we're going to move on to some Give Me Glow. This is the Give Me Glow Vintage Rose palette. This is an 8-pan palette. You're getting a lot of product in here, and I really do like the color story. Give Me Glow just can't do wrong in my eyes, and I love their shadows. A lot of their shadows in their palettes I don't feel like they have in singles. At least these aren't in singles yet, but I don't know if they're planning to do that in the future. Then we have the Christmas Morning, and this is one of my favorite palettes of all time. Like, it's stunning. I got it, the first restock, I'm not sure if I got it, no, I didn't get it when it was first launched, but then they brought it back and I decided to pick it up, and I believe they still have it on their website. Alright, so next we're moving on to some Blush Tribe. Blush Tribe, I'm not sure if they're still a company or not, but this is the Lila palette. It's a colorful palette, it's all matte, and it's really pretty. Then we have the Hasina palette, and this one is like a rainbow palette. Honestly, I like the Lila way more than I like this one, but this one's still really pretty, and I do like the shimmers in here. And then we have the Hasina 2, and it's just like a green purple color story. It's really pretty, and I really like it. And then this is one of their OGs. This is the Malika palette, and it's just an all neutral palette, and it just has really pretty shades, and yeah, I really like it. And then, okay, so these aren't talked about, and this is a black owned brand that y'all really need to jump on. Ace Beauté is one of my favorite indie brands. Like, every single time they're about to launch something, I get super excited because I love Ace Beauté. So this is the Oceanic palette. I really want to play with this palette so badly, and this is one of my palettes that I'm going to try to include in one of my next videos. But stunning, right? Like, the color story is so much more prettier in person. The camera is not doing it justice. I just woke up, so excuse my crazy hair if you guys see that, but yeah, the color story is absolutely stunning. My ring light washes it out, but it's stunning. And then this is the Ace Beauté Flare palette, and again, I love the color story, and I haven't seen anything like them on the market. So now we're gonna move on to all the things that are in the back. I don't think I've shown you guys any of these, especially like these right here. Violet Voss is a brand that I do like. However, when they first started their brand, they were very neutral, and this is why I've actually owned a lot of Violet Voss palettes. I've owned the Holy Grail, I've owned the matte one, the cool toned one, the one that was like all shimmers, and yeah, like I've owned a ton of these palettes. Like every single palette they've released I've owned, but I've decluttered a lot of them for the reason that they're just like very neutral. This is the Violet Voss X Laura Lee palette. You look at it, and honestly the only reason I really like this palette is for the shade called Yoshi and Smashly, which are these two shades right here. Yeah, like I just really like those two shades. Is it worth keeping the entire palette for me? I don't know. I've used this palette, I've used it in a Get Ready With Me, and I do like it. However, it's like I already have these shades in other palettes, and just for that shade Smashly and Yoshi, I'm not sure if it's worth keeping them. I know someone really wanted this palette, but like, girl, I had to order this one because it was already discontinued by the time I purchased it off of Beauty Bay. Okay, so next is the Nicole Concilio collab. I like Nicole Concilio, love the girl, she's super sweet, but I just am not a big fan of the color story anymore. I like how there's neutrals up here. I like the shade called Palm Tree and Pingy, but if you were to take those out, it'd just be another neutral palette. And I get that, like, the shades are very stunning. I feel like I would keep this one because it's gonna be the one that I gravitate towards the most, like color story wise. She has this really pretty like duochrome shade up here. This one I really like, and I also really like the packaging of it. It's just like I already have shades like that. Next we have the Violet Voss hashtag palette. Now this one's like all purples, and again we have a little bit of neutrals. We have some purples in here. The purples in here, there's like one, and that's matte. And then like we have this, which looks exactly like the matte one. I don't know. I feel like this one is like one that I'm like, do I need to keep it? And then another one that I'm like whatever about is the Like a Boss. At the time I was just collecting these, so yeah. I mean, I had the Ride or Die palette. It's on sale on my OfferUp, and again, it's like these shades are pretty. Like we have Smart as Fuck, like they're really pretty, like duochrome shades. They're really, really nice. I'm just like, do I need it? Do I need it? I don't know. This is one that like I'm still on the fence about. And then we have the eyeshadow palette from, well, this is the Flamingo, and this one is one color story that I really did like, and this is when they started to go up for me. Like, this is when I was like, oh, okay, now they're doing color, and I really like color, so this is one of the best palettes that they released, and I really like it, and I like how it opens up. Next is some more Peachy Queen. We have the Kush Queen palette, and again, she's actually working on making a second one, like a new Kush Queen palette, but I really like the color story of the first one. Her shimmers are incredible, like, wow. But yeah, super freaking pretty. I really like the Kush Queen. And then we have the Pumpkin Spice. The only thing I don't like about this one is that it doesn't have shade names, like it's just like this, but it's a really cute palette. It has reds, purples, a lot of shimmers, but the shimmers are like super freaking pretty. Yeah, I just really like the shimmers that she added in here. But yeah, I just wish it would have looked a little bit more like nice to me if she would have added the shade names, because it doesn't have shade names. Okay, so next we're moving on to some Makeup Shack. This is the Majestic palette, and I really like this one. Like, look at it. It's huge. First of all, it's freaking huge. And then, like, these shimmers are stunning. I just really love the Makeup Shack palettes. The Nightfall, I don't know if my son got a hold of it or what happened, but this is the Nightfall, and it's one of my favorite color stories ever. So good. Okay, so then we have the OPV Beauty Rainbow Splash palette. Now, I wish they would restock some of their other palettes on the Beauty Bay website, because I really want one of them, but I don't feel like paying the shipping on the OPV Beauty website, but I know they're always having sales. It's a black owned brand. They're doing their thing, so I love OPV Beauty. And then we have my Viseart Grande Pro Volume 3. Yeah, this palette is just the colorful one that I showed you guys in my makeup tag video. I need to get on this palette because I'm just like letting it sit there. And this is the Grande Pro neutral palette, and this is what that one looks like. And then we have some BH Cosmetics. Now this is the Take Me to Ibiza. I really like the color story in this one. Honestly, again, it's just me being a brat and wanting to collect everything. If this was a bigger palette, like the pans were bigger, I would be all over it. But honestly, it is good. Like, it is a pretty palette. I just have to like remind myself to use it because like these shades right here and like the blues, the pinks, this olive tone shade, like they're pretty. I just need to stop being a brat. And then we have the Take Me to Brazil palette, and yeah, this is what that one looks like. Again, just a colorful rainbow palette. This is the Cara Beauty La Reina Azteca palette, and y'all, this color story is absolutely amazing. Freaking love it. Then we have La Dama de Flores, and this is what this one looks like. It's a blue toned palette. Stunning. And then we have La Chica Enamorada, and this is the purple one, which looks like this, and it's super cute. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna end up putting these two away. I'm not sure about the Nicole Concealia one yet, but yeah. Then we have the Carity Come As You Are, and this is just a really pretty palette. We have some greens in here, an olive. I love the color story. I love funky color stories like these because they push me out of my comfort zone. They inspire me, and this one's just it. Like, it doesn't get talked about a lot. The camera's washing it out. I promise it's more gorgeous in person, but gotta have my ring light on so you guys can see everything. Then we have the Rose All Day. This was in a declutter once, but I actually ended up keeping it. There are some that I've just like outgrown them, and that's completely fine. But then there's others that I'm just like, no girl, you need to get on it. And then finally we have the Nude palette, and it's a gorgeous palette. It's all neutral, and I definitely want to use this one very soon. It doesn't have a lot of mattes, but I've heard really good things about this palette, so I decided to pick it up when it was on sale. Okay, so this is an indie brand. They are so freaking cute. I love their like color stories. So this was a brand that when I saw it, I was like, oh, I need to jump on it. They don't have a lot of followers on Instagram, but y'all need to get on these. Just watch till I show it, you guys. So these are the Moon Slice beauty palettes. They all have the same packaging, but again, they're just starting out. This palette right here is called Emerald Moon, and I pre-ordered it, so I haven't gotten a chance to try it out since it just got here the other day. But you guys know I love green tones, so when I saw this palette, they had amazing sales going on, so I decided to pick it up, and it's gorgeous. It's literally so freaking gorgeous. Then the next one is the Blue Moon, and this one is ridiculously amazing. I freaking love it. When I first looked at it, I really wish they would have kept these three blues all matte, but they are satin finishes. I'm gonna see how they apply on the eye, if you can see a lot of glitter, but I did really appreciate the deeper tones. Again, I wish they would have made these matte, but you know, a lot of companies do a lot of satins. I personally prefer just mattes, and I know a lot of people that just wish they would just be matte instead of a shimmer and a matte. But yeah, even this like purple right here looks so pretty. Then we have the New Moon, and this one I wasn't going to pick it up. I was like, no, it's just like neutral shades. But we have a whole row of neutral, and then we have a whole row of like really funky colors, and then this row of shimmer. And again, like, they're just like super pretty shimmers. Like, I've never seen shimmers like that. Like, they just are really unique colors to me. And then we have the Moonshake. Yeah, this one actually came with a shade Broken, but it's easy to press in. There's no harm. And this is a neutral palette. It's absolutely stunning. It didn't look this pretty in like the pictures, but once I got it, I was like, ooh, that's really pretty. So this is definitely a neutral palette I need to get on. And then finally we have one of my favorites, and this is actually the one that I got to try in one of my videos. Now unfortunately, like, the little A just came off and a little bit of the E, but it's completely fine, no harm to the shadows. So this is actually the Moon Magic palette. The Moon Magic palette is one that I used for my true crime and glam time video, and I have to do another one of those videos very soon. I have some cases I want to talk to you guys about, but yeah, I definitely really enjoyed using this palette when I was doing my video. I actually really liked it. I love all the mattes, and the shimmers in here were amazing to work with, so that's what got me to want to try all the other ones. Okay, so next we're moving on to some Be Bella, and this is the Dreaming Color Palette. You guys already know I'm a huge fan of this brand. I own pretty much all of their palettes, exception of a few that I don't like the color stories of, but this one is a palette that definitely got me into the brand again. I think the palette is stunning. I love the variety of shades in here and just the organization of the shades. I really think it's such a pretty palette, and I haven't gotten into using that one, but I did use this one in one of my most recent videos where I did my giveaway, and you guys really like the look, and I really do appreciate it. A lot of you guys picked this up because you guys saw my videos, and that just makes me super happy that you guys like trust my opinion and stuff. That's why I do what I do, to help you guys discover new makeup. I am super happy whenever you guys purchase a palette because of me, and this palette is so pretty. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Definitely let me know your thoughts. Okay, so the next one are Mora Beauty. Now I've shown you guys these in my makeup haul, but this is the Mora Soul of Fire, and this is just a really pretty smoky palette. We have some burgundies, reds, purples, blues, and again a lot of these yeah, this is like the Yoshi color I was talking about, so I can get rid of that Laura Lee palette already. And then we have Glow and Gleam, and this one is again super freaking pretty. We have a lot of, like, we have some rose tones, mauve tones in here, and I really like just like how they made the palette look. I know to a lot of people they don't like when they're designed like these, but I think they're super cool and it's something different. And then we have Never Ending Lights. This is one of my favorites. Not only does it have a lot of mattes, but I really do love the greens, pinks, purples in here. Like, it's such a pretty palette. And then last but not least, we have A Spell on You, and this one is super gorgeous as well. It reminds me a lot of the ABH Maya Mia, but this is like super freaking cool because they added a lot more mattes and more poppy colors. I'm not saying they copied the color story at all, but I really do like this one a lot. Then we're moving on to my Natasha Denona palette. So we have the Natasha Denona All Neutral Biba palette. Now I use this one in one of my videos, and yeah, it's a super stunning palette. It's all neutral. Her formula is really nice. These mattes are kind of weird, but I guess they're more creamy mattes, and then she has like her regular matte mattes. But overall, I really did like the look that I created, and it's a really gorgeous palette. Next we have the Tropic palette. So this is what this one looks like. A lot of you did tell me, so this is what the Tropic palette looks like, just so you guys can like really see it. But yeah, a lot of you guys told me you guys weren't a big fan of the formula. I'm going to try it out for myself, see how I feel about it, but yeah, it does have really light shades, but I did get this one on sale, so I'm happy about that. Then I have the Safari palette, and y'all already know that I love an all matte palette, so when I saw this one on sale, I was all over it. I don't know why they get foggy on the mirrors, but whatever. Yeah, I really love this color story, and you can definitely customize them with all the other palettes that you might own and create your own color story, so that's pretty cool. And then we have the Natasha Denona Gold palette. This one I wasn't going to pick up, but once I saw that Safari and Tropic were on sale, I decided to pick up this one because I actually really wanted it. But yeah, this is what this one looks like. Super freaking stunning. I just really like this one, and I've heard that this is one of her best palettes, so I'm gonna try it out. And then we have one of, actually I've heard really good things about this one as well. This is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. You guys, This color story is a color story that I have never seen. Like, I've never seen a palette like this. So when I saw Natasha Denona do this, I kept thinking about it. This is what actually made me want to try out her palettes. Like, if it wasn't for this palette, you wouldn't see Natasha Denona in my collection. So then we have some of her smaller palettes. This is the Natasha Denona Love palette. It's a really cute palette that she came out with for Valentine's Day. I really like pinks, purples, and the whole shebang, so I really like this palette. And then we have the Sunrise, which looks like this, and this one's just like super cute as well. I actually got this one for like 40 bucks because I had a gift card from Beautylish. And then finally I have my Hip Dot palettes over here. So this is the C Note palette, and again it's just like a really pretty blue tone palette. So this is a C Note palette. It's just like blue tone. We have some greens in here and then some golds. But yeah, this one's really pretty. And then we have the Rio palette, and this one's like colorful. We have some glitters in here. It's more of like your pastel colorful palette, but I've heard a lot of good things about Hip Dot's formula. I have tried some of their shadows, but not all of them. So this is the Napa, and this is like a mauve toned, purple toned palette, and this one's really pretty as well. And then we have the SpongeBob palette, and this one I really liked. I actually saw some people that I follow on Instagram create a lot of pretty looks with this palette, and this shade up here called Penny Pincher, I just really wanted it. And then the final two are Xeon. So Xeon is a really pretty color story. I like that this one doesn't have a glitter, it's just all matte and shimmer, and I really appreciate that. And then finally we have the Opulence palette, which is one that I don't know if it came out for the holidays, but it's really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and organize these back in here. I'm gonna move you guys just a little bit this way. But yeah, overall this palette drawer has been organized just recently, so yeah, I actually know that majority of the palettes that I have in here are new to my collection, and that's why I keep them in my front drawer, so that way if I'm ever playing in makeup or anything like that, I can definitely reach for this one first. So yeah, that's why it's there, and this is organized this way so I can fit more palettes in here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the hashtag, the Like a Boss, and the Laura Lee. You know, if anything, I'll just end up putting them on my offer up because that's what provides the cheapest shipping to you guys, if any of you guys want to purchase it. I'm gonna do them separately and also include them in a bundle. I have a bunch of stuff going up on my offer up. I just haven't had the time to take pictures and stuff. This is pretty much it for part 5. Like I said, I will be uploading some things to my offer up, so if you guys are interested, I'll end up putting them on my offer up and my Poshmark. They will be both linked down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this kind of like mini declutter. But yeah, I know a lot of people find declutters kind of like dumb sometimes because they're like, well, you already wasted your money. But it just happens. You outlove a palette and you outgrow it. You find things that, you know, happen to catch your eye more. And me having so many, I can't keep things just because they hold sentimental value or because, you know, it's pretty, or because like even if I did spend my money on it, if I know I'm not going to use it, it's just time to let it go. It is what it is, and I'm completely fine with it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found something new. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications. And I will see you guys for part 6 and the final reveal of how I've organized every single palette that I have kept. So yeah, make sure you guys stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.